Sound effect, the sound of marching troops in the distance, rhythmic drum beats, transitioning into a solemn choir. The fifth hour, the transition, the man who cleaned up the mess. 10. The dream that tried to persist. WV23, welcome back. After the bustling and hasty funeral of Tutankhamun, the Valley of the Kings did not immediately return to peace. The man who took the throne was Tutankhamun's vizier, the old official who presided over the funeral. He was already elderly when he ascended, and his reign lasted only a brief 3 or 4 years. To find his tomb, WV23, we must once again leave the main valley and return to the quiet West Valley. He chose to build his tomb near Amenhotep III, KV22, seemingly wishing to bask in the glory of that great ancestor. Walking into this tomb, you might feel a sense of déjà vu. First, its structure is a straight axis, leading directly to the burial chamber without turns. This is actually a lingering influence of the heretical Amarna period, much like Akhenaten's tomb. Although I returned to Thebes, the aesthetics of the previous era remained in his bones. Second, look at the wall paintings. The style is strikingly similar to Tutankhamun's tomb, KV62, likely painted by the same artisans. But there is a very rare scene here. The king is depicted hunting birds and fish in a marsh. Please note, this marsh hunting motif usually appears only in the tombs of nobles or officials, symbolizing the enjoyment of life in the afterlife. For a pharaoh to have this scene is almost unique. It betrays a lack of confidence. He may have become king, but deep in his soul, he was still that noble official enjoying worldly pleasures. But history is cruel. After A died, his name was erased by his successors, and his sarcophagus was smashed. He wanted to be a connecting link between eras, but he ended up as a shadow painted over by history. 11. The general's iron fist and new order, KV57, Horemheb. Who hated him so much? Who erased all of this? It was the next protagonist, Horemheb. Horemheb was originally the commander-in-chief of the army. When the royal bloodline was severed, strongman politics took the stage. He is seen as the last pharaoh of the 18th dynasty, but he was truly the paver of the way for the 19th dynasty, the Ramesside family. Coming to his tomb, KV57, you will feel a distinct change in the atmosphere. First, look at the structure. Previous tombs, like KV43, favored a dogleg bend shape, but starting with Horemheb, he straightened the axis. Although there are still some shifts, the overall direction is a straight line plunging into the depths. This was not just an architectural change, but a theological one. The path to the underworld no longer needed to be hidden. It was now an open, direct road. Second, look at the walls. Here, for the first time, we see the complete appearance of a new text, the Book of Gates. In the past, kings painted maps of the underworld, Amduat. But here, the underworld becomes a series of gates. Each gate has a guardian and fire-breathing snakes. The king must pass through heavy tests and speak the correct passwords to proceed. Doesn't this look like the world through a soldier's eyes? Layered checkpoints, strict inspections. Furthermore, the wall art here transitions to painted reliefs. The figures are no longer flat but raised, giving them a 3D effect. This style laid the foundation for the artistic peak that was to come. The sixth hour, the Ramesside Giants 12, the pinnacle of Valley art, KV17, Seti I. After Horemheb died, he passed the throne to his comrade Ramses I, founder of the 19th dynasty, and soon after, a great pharaoh took the stage, Seti I. If you ask any archaeologist or veteran guide, which is the most beautiful tomb in the Valley of the Kings? 9 out of 10 will tell you it is KV17. This tomb set many records. It was the deepest and had the longest corridor excavated at the time. But it is legendary because of its artistic achievement. Walking into KV17 is like entering an art museum. The walls are not just simple paintings, but exquisitely detailed colored reliefs. Craftsmen carved the muscle lines of the figures and the folds of their clothes into the rock before filling them with vibrant colors. Here, widely recognized as the pinnacle of the valley's art. If you can only take the memory of one tomb with you, let it be Seti I's KV 17. 13. The Labyrinth of Princes, KV 5, the sons of Ramses II. Seti I's son was the famous Ramses II. This pharaoh, who lived to be 90, loved not only building temples but also having children. At the entrance of the Valley of the Kings lies KV 5. For a long time, everyone thought it was just a small pit filled with debris of no value. It wasn't until 1995 that archaeologist Kent Weeks decided to clear it. He dug through the silt, found a door, then another door behind it, and a corridor beyond that. The result shocked the world. This was not a small pit. It was a massive underground labyrinth. KV 5 contains over 100 rooms, and excavation is still ongoing. This scale is unprecedented in the valley. Why so many rooms? Because this was the collective dormitory Ramses II prepared for his sons. This tomb broke the one person, one tomb tradition. It reflects the massive family power of Ramses II. Imagine dozens of princes buried here. Although not as prestigious as their father, this human wave scale of burial was a display of power in itself. It also foreshadowed a trend for the late New Kingdom. Royal family members began to be buried collectively. Tone shift. Ramses II pushed the empire to its peak, and his sons filled the massive KV 5. It seemed this dynasty would last forever, right? But in the shadow of this labyrinth, cracks were already appearing. Next, we will see not glorious construction, but usurpation, erasure, and finally, the thrilling Great Mummy Evacuation. Next chapter, we will face the twilight of the valley and the grand finale.